Okay, go there live. Mhm. All right. Okay, we're on Instagram live as well. Let's go. There we go. All right. All right. Let's start. Let's get started, everybody.
Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Motivational Monday with myself and my friends. And we are super excited today, as we are every Monday. First of all, because we're all together again, right? We're all together again, giving value. And second of all, because we have a great topic. So today I will be featuring world-class speakers, Leah Garcia, Amberly Shreve, Annie Asung, Cassandra Terry, and Zan Anagru. All right, and I am Eric F. King. So today we are talking about how to build a community and develop relationships online. And this is a huge, huge topic, very important for anybody that's doing business online, because most people feel that their number one goal should be just to build a following, right? Just to have a lot of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers. But did you know that that's not what actually makes you the money online, right? Having thousands of followers, because they can follow you and not buy anything from you. And then liking all your stuff. So before we dive into it, I am going to bring up one of the best mindset and life coaches that I know, right? She will help us kick this off, because as you know, everything starts in your mind. Everything starts in your, I don't care what it is. It starts between your ears. And she is known all over the world for what she does. She is an author. She is a coach. I follow her and I learn a lot from her. So I'm going to go all the way to Texas and introduce my good friend, Cassandra Terry. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Eric. Happy Monday, everyone. It is exciting to be back with you guys and getting our week off to a great start. Eric said it, and when he said it, he said a mouthful. It starts in the mind. And the fact that you're here is preparing your mind for a wonderful week of productivity, for inspiration, for success. All of those things are choices. And to build an online community is no different. We're at a point in time where that's where your customers are. That's where your inspiration is. That's where those that can motivate you are. That's where your new friend group could be. Like-minded people who are interested in the same things that you're interested in. They're all online. I'm a little slow this morning because we were out of town celebrating my grandmother's 98th birthday. And she's online, y'all. You hear her laughing to herself and, Grandma, what's going on? And she's going to show you on her phone something that someone's posted that's funny or has inspired her or whatever. And it's how she keeps an eye on us too, to make sure we're representing the family well. So if the people that you are looking for, they're there. The question is, what do you need to do? How do you need to show up to actually build a community? And I'm going to give you 5 quick steps that are going to help you do that, because there's a difference in reaching out cold and asking people that you have no idea who they are or what they really need for their business. We don't want to be that person. We want to build real relationship, develop a community so that there are folks who are looking for what we have instead of us being intrusive with what we have on folks who may or may not need it. So the first thing you want to do is be clear about your purpose. What community are you looking for? Who are you looking to serve? Who are you inspired by? Who would you like to spend time with? Who wants what it is that you have to share or say? Who's interested in what you have? You have to be really, really clear about that first. What's the point of this community that you want to build? Is it educational? Do you have something you want to share? Is it inspirational? You want to help people like Eric get their week off to a great start. Are you inspiring? Is it for social connections? What is it all about? Gain that clarity. Your why here matters just as much as your why everywhere else. And then you want to choose the right platform. And that's important because your community is somewhere. Where do they spend their time? What are they doing? What are they looking at? What types of things are they interested in? So you can find them and make sure that you're putting what you have to share where those folks are, giving you the opportunity to become a part of what they're looking for, who they're talking to, and that will help you to make a good decision as well. So know where your audience is. And in order to know who they are, where they are, you have to know who they are. So that's another place of clarity. Be very careful and clear about who it is you want to speak to, and then go where they are. And then you want to create content that matters to that audience. Content is still king. The conversation and the cadence in that conversation is important. When you show up, you should be showing up with the idea of, what do I have to serve this community? If you're coming into where's the people who's going to buy my stuff, and you're only focused on selling your stuff, that's going to come through loud and clear, and you'll probably turn off more than you turn on. So having a servant mentality, showing up to be helpful, is going to help you get that message out, and it will put the folks who are receiving it in the right headspace. They won't feel like you're manipulative or you're just trying to sell something all the time. That sends people running in the other direction. It's different to show up with a message to the people who want to hear it versus just throwing it and seeing what sticks on the wall. So make sure that you're creating content that particular community is interested in. They begin to see you as an expert. They begin to look for you in that space because you're providing value. And then engage and interact. If you're just throwing it out there and then you go away, they may follow your stuff. They may receive something from it, but they don't really connect with you. When they respond, you respond. If they put good comments out there, start a conversation and really get to know them. And in you getting to know them, they get to know you, and it becomes a community, not just a sales play. There's a difference. There is a difference. We sell a lot less in community. More product is moved, but the process of having to sell and go, will you? Listen to Eric. He will show you. And a big part of his Compassionate Closer program, his compassionate selling, is because you're showing up to help and you're providing a service that's needed. And so people are looking for you and wondering how they can get to you instead of the other way around, you pushing product. Those days are over. So engage and interact. And lastly, be authentic and be accessible. Show up consistently so that they begin to believe and they begin to look at you, and make sure that you're showing up as who you really are. The last thing you want to do is put on a facade and build a community around that, because as the real you begins to show, the community that you've built may fall away because you didn't build it based on who you really are and what you really have to offer. So make sure you're authentic and accessible. Define your purpose, choose the right platform, create relevant content, engage consistently, and be authentic. The strength of your community lies in the relationships that you build, not in the stuff that you're trying to push. So start today, follow those 5 steps, and I guarantee you that that community that you build will begin to flourish. I'm Cassandra Terry, mindset coach and life coach, looking forward to seeing you throughout the rest of this week. Follow me, turn the bell on if you're not getting the notifications when I show up. My community is planning a vision board party on the 22nd of this month. at 2 p.m. on a Saturday. So please join us at findyourvision.today and continue to grow your community and gain the clarity that you need to really build the type of community that you can serve and that will in turn serve you. All right, Eric, back over to you.
All right. Appreciate that, Cassandra. Incredible points, excellent points. We appreciate it. All right, so we're going to keep on moving to our next speaker. So we're going to go from Texas all the way to California to the money lady, right? And so if you like money, then you need to listen. If you don't have to listen. It's up to you. But Leah Garcia, one thing about her that I found out later after I've known her for a while is she has a black belt in karate. And my sons are in martial arts. So I know how hard it is to get to that level, right? So she has a lot of discipline, someone that you want to know. All right. She helps you make money, invest money, save money, everything you need to know about money. And today she's going to speak on our topic, obviously. So without further ado, I'm going to send it off to Leah Garcia, where it is 4:11 in the morning, to share some nuggets with us. Leah, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F., King of Collaboration. Well, my name is Leah Garcia, and I'm here to help you earn your black belt in financial literacy. Yes, it is 4 a.m., and I am fired up. And so I just love this topic. I just feel like all of us could talk for hours and hours on this topic, but I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how to build a community and build those relationships online. You know, people say that money isn't everything, and that's true, but it's right up there with oxygen, right? So the first tip is to be a connector, and Cassandra just touched on it. You know, be a helper, be somebody that you can bring value by who can you introduce people to. They call them quick coffee chats. I call it a quick no-pitch discovery call. Be willing to take a few minutes to get to know somebody beyond what you see on face value from their picture, their social media that they show, but who is that person behind the person? You know, it doesn't have to be just, this is my product and let me sell it to you. It's about who is that relationship? Who can you connect them to? Who can you introduce them to? Bring value. Number 2 is, you know, be a world-class giver. Every single one of these world-class speakers, they give so much content for free. You can follow every single one of these speakers that are here on stage that I am honored to have the privilege to share the stage with. And you will learn so much just by what they share for free. They're willing to give. And I always say that giver's gain. You can never outgive the giver. And it's a law of reciprocity. It will come back to you. You may not see it immediately. It's not a quick fix, but long-term, over time, it's Kaizen. Over time, it will have compound interest and compound pounding. And number 3 is be authentic. Be who you are. And Cassandra touched on it as well. She talked about that. If you're not yourself, you will not have success long-term. And oftentimes people shy away from that, or they're concerned because they think, well, maybe people won't like me, or they're going to feel some kind of way about me. Listen, be who you are. If you don't like who you are, and maybe you got some inner work and you definitely need to get some mindset about this, because my mentor taught me, if you're not turning anyone off, you're not turning anyone on. Not everybody's going to resonate with you, and that's okay, because the right people will, and it will be effortless. Listen, nothing is picture perfect. We try to make it static. We show the best selfies and stuff. But if you show the journey along the way, I think that's where we get intrigued with, is the people who are willing to show up. Listen, it's 4 a.m. My hair ain't fixed perfectly. I'm here in a hotel right now. The lighting's off. But you know what? I'm here showing up. And when you're willing to be courageous and be truly who you are, is, in my humble opinion, is when you'll have that success long term. So that's my time. My name is Leah Garcia, and I'm here to help you earn that black belt. And every family goes along until, as a status quo, until the one shows up. And if you're on this call, you are the one that's here to change your family's last name forever and build that legacy and create generational and multi-generational wealth. With that, I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Leah. That was powerful. Thank you so much. We always get a lot of nuggets every time you speak. All right. And just showing your consistency and your commitment. That's why you're so successful, right? That's why people flock to you. That's why people trust you, right? So keep doing what you're doing. All right. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. So we're going to go from California, the West Coast, all the way to the East Coast, to a good friend of mine who I met in Maryland. Actually, I met her online, right? Online, where I built a community, right? I met her online, but I've met her in person since then. Amberly Shreve helps people to communicate better, okay? She helps people to build relationships, to network, all the things you need to build a big business, okay? So you want to listen closely as she shares her views on this topic, because she is truly an expert. All right, she is truly an expert. So without further ado, I'm going to go to Maryland to hear from Amberly Shreve. The floor is yours.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is such an honor and a blessing to be here with each and every one of you. So I love this topic for several reasons, because, you know, when you're building a community, whether it's online or outside, right, there are some key techniques that we have to have, right? We need to have these things in place and work with them to grow and stretch. So we're always going to show up authentic. We always want to be the person that we are. Okay, everyone else is taken. So you be you and let everybody else do them, okay? Because if you're trying to be somebody you're not, you can see that like a mile away, guys. Just be who you are, embrace who you are. And just like Leah said, look, you know, we all have stuff going on. We're all working on things, and all of that is okay. But showing up as yourself is truly important, because people are going to resonate with who you are. When you're building a community and relationships online, you always want to make sure that you're showing up regularly. And that's maybe once a week, maybe it's every other day. You choose what works for your schedule, but you want to make sure that you're pretty consistent in how you're showing up, how you're working within your community, and making sure that people know that you're there. That's really important. So the third piece is you're listening, believe it or not. When you're choosing to go on meetings or how you're engaging with your audience, you want to make sure that you're listening to what they're asking. And a lot of times, just like Cassandra said, when you're making it about you, it is not going to move smoothly. You want to make sure that you're actively listening to your community, that you are engaged in those comments, that you are really understanding where they're coming from, because they're going to be asking questions. They're going to be curious about how you handled certain situations or where you're going to be. So you really want to show up in a way where you can engage with them properly, not just like scrolling through and, you know, just kind of a 2-second type of thing. Really take time to go through comments and make sure that you understand exactly what you're sending out into the world. You know, using multiple channels, I have always said, do what works for you. If you like one platform, then go with it. I don't think that there's any certain one that serves a purpose better than another one. You just find out the perfect fit for you. And honestly, that's really in any case. Whatever feels good and aligned for you is really what you should do. When you're participating in your community, you know, it's really important that you're finding out more about those people. And Leah touched on it. You know, find out about their families, find out about what they love outside of business, because that's how you engage with those people. That's how you learn about friendships. You learn about what they like outside of business and how they sort of move through their life. and then you have more to talk about. You know, when I'm building relationships, I want to know all types of things about people, because how we serve and bless them is truly important. And there's many levels to that. There's many levels to not only showing up in a way where you can bring a certain level of kindness, but you're also bringing a certain level of value. When you're bringing value to each and every person, you know, who can you introduce them to? What event can you invite them to? What's going on? You know, you already know a little bit about this person. So how can you bless and serve them? How can you bring a little bit extra to the relationship? Because a lot of business people, they need similar things. Maybe they need content, maybe they need engagement, maybe they need just someone who is going to help them with a podcast or what have you. But as you grow your community, you learn about the gifts that people have, and you learn how you can help to introduce somebody else. And, you know, believe it or not, that might change the trajectory of their lives. And you had a hand in that. So be listening. I know it seems like a lot, and sometimes it is overwhelming, but once you get in the hang of it and you start meeting people, and, you know, I even have a master list of people that I use for my financial advisors and my graphic designers and my coaches and the people that I do really close life with. And that is how I engage in my community, and probably out of all of them, bringing value and showing up in a way where I can be relatable and people can honestly see the hard work that's put into it. That is truly a gift. Bringing that value to someone else and helping them is by far the best feeling out of all of them. Because if we do not help each other and build relationships, then what is business for? Business is truly based off of relationships. And my favorite one that I left for last is the follow-up. I send cards to engage with my community. I send many cards out to engage with them, physical cards. And it allows me to love them in a space where I can encourage them, where I can bless them and serve them and celebrate them wherever they are in their lives. So if you want to know more about that, connect with me on LinkedIn, all the socials. I'm excited to help you learn a little bit more about your business and how you can build beautiful relationships and keep your community strong and thriving. And guys, listen, I just want to let you know that I have an event coming up next month. And if you are in the Baltimore area, I would love to see you in person. I'm going to link some information down in the comments, and please reach out to me. I would really, really love to learn more about you and how I can bless and serve you. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Amberly. Appreciate you as always. Great points. And I want to right now, real quick, just acknowledge a few people here. We have a lot of people on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, all of them. A lot of them. Anyway, so I want to welcome, let's see, Conchita, welcome this morning. Appreciate you. Eric Doby, welcome. Coral from across the pond. Alexis, good to see you. Alexis, good to see you. Lily, good to see you. Let's see. Magamba, welcome. Paulette, good to see you. Gladys, good to see you. Francis, good to see you. Lisa, good to see you. I mean, there are a ton of people, but appreciate all of you being on. Definitely put your comments in the chat and your questions. All right. So a few things I want to share. You know, it's interesting that when you put a group of experts together to speak on a topic, they tend to repeat one another. You know why? Because they all think alike, right? So the points I'm going to give you, you've already heard. You've already heard. But instead of saying, well, I wish you could give me new points. Instead of saying that, say to yourself, well, if he's repeating what they said, this must all be accurate. This must all be something I should do, right? So I'm gonna literally copy some of what they talked about and tell you how I feel from my standpoint. First of all, some of you know me as a sales coach, right? So I help entrepreneurs 2x, 3x, even 10x their sales without being salesy or pushy. And most people think sales is when you convince someone to buy something they don't need so you can make money, right? And that's why people don't like to sell, because I'm not a salesperson, right? But that's not sales, right? Sales is when you persuade someone to buy something that they need that's going to benefit them, right? Now, how do you do that? By getting them to know, like, and trust you. So online, when you want to build a community, you have to get people to know, like, and trust you, or else they're not going to be interested. There's going to be a wall, right, in between you and them, right? So you have to get people to know, like, and trust you. Now, I've been fortunate to build some large groups online, and I'm not talking about followers. I'm not talking about followers, right? I'm talking about people I actually know and they know me, right? The Promote Your Business Meetup is one way I do it. For any of you that don't know what that is, it's a group of us that get together where we now have 3 meetings a week, actually, on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And you're able to speak about your business and share your, information about your business, right? So that's a community, right? We're over 3,000 now, right? So that's one. Also, a couple of weeks ago, we brought people together in DC. I know Amberly Sheav was there. We had a mastermind, we had a black tie gala, we had a cruise, right? This is all building community. So I'm going to give you 4 tips on building a community that can really help you. All right. And remember, when you build a community, if you share your product or service, people are much likely to buy because they trust you, they believe you, they've seen what you've done for other people. Okay. So first thing you have to do is you have to show genuine interest in people. I think Amberly alluded to this, right? If you don't know, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You have to show genuine interest in people, right? I remember we had on our cruise, someone had a misfortune to fall while we were there, and obviously I won't mention the name. And we made sure she was okay and everything. And then the next morning, I contacted her first in the morning to find out how she's doing. And, she was really appreciative, right? She knows I care. She's not just another person that bought a ticket, right? Right? Because I cared about her welfare, right? So you have to show people that you care, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, you have to give more value than you take. You have to give more than you take. You have to give more than you take. I cannot stress this enough. Give more than you take. In my coaching, I tell people sometimes that when you're starting out, give away your offer, give away your product, give away coaching, give away this, give away that. And this is what most people tell me. They're like, well, Eric, if I give away my good stuff, then I'm not going to be able to charge for my services. Like if I give it away, then I can't charge for it. And I tell them this: how much money are you making now? You're not giving anything away. How much money are you making now? Like, well, I'm not making much. There you go. Right? If you don't give someone something good, they're not going to buy anything from you because they don't know what you can give, what you have, right? So yeah. So why have I done hundreds of videos that can help you in sales, whether you buy my course or not? Because I'm just giving. I'm giving. You can literally watch all my videos, and that's a masterclass. That's a major masterclass without paying anything, right? Because I give, right? So you have to learn to give more than you receive. All right. So that's number 2. Number 3, that's giving value. Number 3 is you have to, once you give people the value, then you have to have a call to action. This is hard for some people. A call to action is where you say, all right, so I've told you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps on how to, change your life or what have you. Now, if you want more, then click on the link below and grab my ebook. If you want more, join my masterclass. If you want more, join my challenge, right? You have to have a call to action to bring them into your world, right? Where they put their name, their email address, and then you can take them from just being a general viewer to someone that actually buys your offer, right? Which is important because the people that want to buy what you have, they're waiting for that. They're like, okay, so how can I get more? You just gave me this great information. I don't know how to connect with you. That's why I always say here, we always have to share how people can connect. Okay, that's very important. All right. And then lastly, and this was said before, you have to be consistent. Look, I cannot stress this enough. People come and go online. People are like, you'll see somebody every day. Hey, good morning. I'm second episode of my podcast, third episode of my podcast. They get to like 16 and then poof, they disappear. Right? They disappear. And people are like, where is she? Where is he? And they don't trust you because they're like, what if I buy something from you and you disappear? Right? So whatever you do, be consistent. We meet here every Monday morning, 7 a.m. We met here on Christmas Day. We met here on New Year's Day. Right? I'm consistent. Right? My Promote Your Business Meetup group, we've been meeting for 5 years, every week, never missed. Even when I'm not there, I make sure somebody runs it. Consistency. People trust you when you're consistent. And because it's most people are not consistent, they look up to you when you're consistent. So here's what I'd say. If you can't commit to doing something every day, don't do it every day. Just do it once a week. Do what you can commit to. All right. So those are my points. So I know somebody will put it in here. I think Conchita, she's really good at that. She'll put it all together, wrap it up in a bowl, and give it to us. So we appreciate you, Conchita. And if you do, I will put it up here for everybody to see. All right. All right. So so that one was for Amberly. I'm waiting for mine, Conchita. All right. So let's keep going. By the way, I'm just joking. You don't have to do it, but if you want to, that's perfectly okay. All right. So we're going to keep going. Our next speaker hails from Europe. So we're going now. I'm in Virginia, all the way to Europe. Now, talking about building a community, we would not be here today if he did not build a community on LinkedIn. And I was introduced to him. And that's how I met Cassandra. And that's how I met Leah. And that's how I met Zion, because of his community. You see that? So this stuff works, right? So he's the kind of person that makes you famous. He makes you famous, right? And he helps you build your marketing the marketing arm of your business. So without further ado, I'm going to go to Europe to talk to our good friend, Eni Asong. The floor is yours.
So good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Great to be here as always. Eric, I always love your introduction. I'm humbled, but you're taking the words out of my mouth, right? Now you say, I think you'll prove why we have communities, like you say, right? And as a marketer, I guess what I really do, I just help people build communities. It'll be networks, it'll be groups of people who care about what you do. And to see, I do what I do every day. I build communities in many different ways on social media, at events. So sometimes even offline. Because I do networking, right? At the heart of business is your community. What's that saying? Your network is your net worth. It means something. The more people you have in your community, in your network, more of the right people you have in your network, the more your business can grow. You see, I work with clients and friends who do amazing things. That's why I know all of you through my community, right? It's truly, and so when I work with them, I always say to them, it's not enough just to come and do your events or just do your posts and then bail, and then no one sees you again until the next episode. That it never works. So all the things all of you have mentioned, truly, they count. Interest, of course. I love where Cassandra started. In that we have to answer the fundamental questions. Who are you? I think we have to start now. You call it being authentic, but I think maybe so. Just by being honest with yourself. In the mindset games, I learned a big lesson very quickly. It's not being. being nice, being authentic, that all counts. But it's not about that. It's about who are you really. We see people every day. They are almost like pretenders, like charlatans, right? They say they care, but they just don't. When you scratch the surface, you realize they're just talking. They're trying to sell their stuff, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But it's going to take much longer, right? I think when you truly care, when you're there to really help people, people will know. Of course, now they'll see it in terms of the fact that you show up consistently. You're part of the community. So I always liken this conversation to, I guess, having a house, right? We all live in a house, and maybe in business we come to the house every so often. If we're not actually in the building, if we're in the building rarely, we're not part of the community, are we? Now we want to be the ones walking the hallways or the walkways, literally finding who we can help. Literally, that's how we become part of the community. That's how we truly, we spend time with people. We care about what they do primarily. Of course, what I want to sell to you, I can't say you a single thing unless I know what your problems are. Unless I know what you need, how can I help you? I can't help you, right? So I think the whole thing, for me, my point today is really be that person that truly gets to know the people in your network. Get to know them, spend time with them, talk to them, off LinkedIn, off social media. Truly care. So, like Eric said, that phone call is golden. That card that's Amberly talks about is truly golden. People value it much more than you think. See what we're trying to do here, my friends, is build a network, a group of people who know us, like us, trust us, as Eric said, who, when the time comes, they'll come back to us. And business, that's how you build a business, really. I've got someone who came to me and said, right, I want to be in your next project. I'm saying it doesn't start till September. Right. I'm saying this is the point, right? So I've already got someone, a potential client, for someone that doesn't start for months on end. Imagine if you had that every day. You're building a group of people who are interested in what you do every day. They'll come with you. Look, Eric, I'll end it by saying, look, simply, first of all, show up consistently. Show up. If we don't see you, then we're not going to know you're part of the group anyway. And more importantly, look, care. Care is not an easy thing to say. Genuinely love the people you work with, the people in your network. They'll love you back. And definitely the saying was said earlier, no one cares until they know how much you care.
Awesome.
I'll leave it at that, my friends.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you as always. Great points. All right, so we are going to go to our final speaker, who hails from Nigeria in West Africa. We know him as Mr. Positivity. And speaking about building communities, he has a huge community on LinkedIn. And you see, here's the thing. Some people have 25,000 followers like him, but they don't have engaged followers. They don't have people that actually know him, that come to all his events, that basically just do what he says because they trust him so much. All right. So he's in an industry all by himself. He has no competition because nobody does what he does. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on stage Mr. Zion Inaugural, all the way from Nigeria, Mr. Positivity. The floor is yours.
All right, Mr. Eric, thank you so much. I was just smiling when you were doing the introduction. That was amazing. I truly, truly appreciate you. And yes, a special shout out to the amazing speakers who have come before me. Cassandra, Leah, Mbali, Mr. Enin, and yourself, Mr. Eric. And to our listeners as a whole, joining us from all over the world, we want to say a very big thank you and welcome to Monday Morning Motivation. And let me tell you, because you are here, your week is already blessed. Because you are here, your week is favored. Because you are here, you're going to have an amazing week. Now, it's a very interesting topic today because it's something I'm very passionate about. It's something I'm very intentional about, building a community online. I would say this. Your skill might take you to the palace, but it is your attitude that will keep you in the palace. You know, your skill might take you there. That's why you must understand that it is not enough to have the right message. It's not enough to have the right products. You must also have the right attitude. When building a community or building a relationship, having the right attitude is key to this, making it a reality. Making it a reality. And I love the fact that we are all resonating, talking about integrity and authenticity. And it's something I love so much because how long can you pretend? How long can you be who you are not? That's why one of the major attitude that you must have in building a community and building relationship is integrity and authenticity. For your survival, for your longevity, for your posterity, this is the foundation. Integrity and authenticity. Just be yourself because you are the best that you can be. One of my speakers said it earlier, every other person is taking, but being yourself is key. It's very, very important. I cannot say this enough. I remember building my community of prostitute people. And when I tell people I'm from Nigeria initially, they're like, wow, from Nigeria, how do you do that? But I tell you, that was the game changer for me. Till tomorrow, I'll keep telling people I'm from Nigeria. I'm proud to be in Nigeria. And I will always say I am. And that was the difference. Being myself always was a catalyst to do something great. So I encourage you out there who wants to build relationship online. You don't have to be anybody. You don't have to be the person that had 25,000 followers. For you, it might not be 100 followers you have. It might be 200 followers. Just keep being yourself. And I tell you, the followers is going to grow over time. And secondly, one thing that is very important, it's everything you do is about people. You are selling for people, you are marketing for people, you are doing mindset for people. It's about people. And that's the reason why I would say this: value people, value people, value people. I cannot stress this enough. Now, it's not just enough to be interested in people. You have to be committed. You have to be committed. It's not just enough to be interested. Most people are interested in relationship because, oh, this person have what I need. But how long can you keep that? So it's not enough to be interested in people. You must be committed. Value people. People want to be in a place where they feel loved, where they feel supported, where they feel wanted, where they feel alive. And when they get to that place, I tell you, they will not leave you. So if you want to build a community or you want to build a relationship, let love lead, let kindness live, let compassion live. That's the reason why in spreading positivity, we are focusing on the key elements of humanity, an element of love, of kindness, of compassion, of empathy, because this is something everyone can resonate with. It is something that affects each and every one of us. No matter how rich you are, no matter how professionally grounded you are, love is something you still need in your life. Nobody can get above love. You need love every day. So I will leave out with these 2 points. In building a relationship and building a community, please be very intentional about integrity and authenticity. And secondly, value people, because everything you do revolves around people. You need people to survive. You need people to go ahead. Whatever you do, you need people. You want to make money, you need people. You want to be famous, you need people. Whatever it is you want to do, you need people. So continue to value people and never forget, in positivity, there is endless possibilities for you. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. I yield the mic over to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. We got a TED Talk from Nigeria. Thank you so much, John. We appreciate you. All right. So we are going to get to the questions. We are going to get to the questions. We have some great questions. So for my panelists, you don't all have to answer every question. Something, if you resonate with it, you can answer it. By the way, welcome, Euphemia. Welcome. Let's see who else. A lot of people have joined. Lisa, welcome. Conchita, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the notes that you're giving us. We really appreciate it. That's how you build a community. We're getting to know, like, and trust you. People that don't know you now they know you, right? Because you are giving. You are helping us out, right? My good friend Latoya is here. Latoya Gordon, welcome. Shagun, welcome. Manakshi, welcome. Francis, welcome. All right. Shola, welcome. And that's actually another example. I recognize people that show up for my events, right? Because I like to edify people. That's another way, another thing you can do to build a community. People want to be recognized, right? Right. So some people say, well, Eric, why don't you just, why do you worry about that? Why don't you just teach? Because that's part of it. Letting everybody know that they're important. If you are important, right? So that's one of the things I want to share. All right. So let's go to the questions. Let's see. A question here from, I know it was Alexis. Give me 1 second, Alexis Garlock James. Yes, here we go. All right, so Alexis says, what are some of the challenges in building an online community, and what are the steps to resolve them? So can anybody share a challenge they've had building a community? Go ahead, Amberly.
So I think one of the challenges that I have had is it's not so much content as it is, and actually, Eric, you helped me with this, is the videos or what you're doing to put out there, right? Because you need to engage with people, you need to connect with them. So putting that out there, whether it's every day, every week, a couple times a month, that has been a challenge. But Eric actually told me about a couple techniques that I can use to batch videos to make it a little bit easier to get those out. So I'm not consistently, getting up at 4 a.m. every morning to make sure that I get videos out, right? So you learn all of these techniques and things that you can do to make your life a little bit easier. So there you go.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges is just being willing to flub it up. Right. It's got to be messy in the beginning. There's just no way to circumvent that. My first video, and I'm so proud of it, but was literally, and I did it resistantly. I didn't want to do it. But my business partner was like, Leah, we got to make a video. And he told me, okay, you got to talk. And I just said, hi, my name is Leah Garcia and I sell insurance. I mean, it's terrible, but I'm so proud of that because why? I took action, right? Action cures everything. And the more through your mess, you're going to find your message. The more you speak your mind, the more you're going to change your mind. And that's when people will start to resonate with you. But it doesn't happen by just sitting in the closet by yourself. You got to be willing to put yourself out there. So great question. Thank you, Eric.
Absolutely. I think Annie put up his hand. Annie?
I did, my friend. I think what I see most days is people not have been clear who they want in the network, who they want to serve. Of course, if you don't know who you're trying to serve, then likely you don't know how you're trying to serve them. They don't know why they should join your community. This is just this is marketing 101. You have to know who you're there for, and then engage them in whatever way that you can think of. Sometimes the content. Today, my friends, the answer is events. When they can see you, when they can hear you, when they can feel you, then they know that you truly care. Like when you can talk to them in real time in audio rooms, it's how you become real friends, right? I'll say that.
All right, awesome. I think that was it for the people that put up their hand. Okay, so the next question, and by the way, I can't see you put up your hand, Zion, so you just have to just start talking, just blurt out something, and I know you want to talk. All right, so Carl asked, what are some common mistakes people make when trying to build relationships online, and how can they avoid them? And Cassandra can't wait to answer this question.
I saw this question when it first came in, and it jumped right at me. I think one of the the biggest mistakes that I see, and now it's to the point of just pure frustration, is all of the inbox messages that I have where people are telling me how they're going to solve my problems out the gate as soon as they connect. Well, you don't know what my problems are because you haven't talked to me. I have so many people, I can do all of this for your YouTube channel. You don't know whether or not I'm interested in growing that right now. You don't know what my focus is. So they come with what they have versus finding out what you need. You probably have what I need as well, But because you focused only on your widget that you're trying to sell, you didn't create the space to get to know me. So I'm already moving on to the next message. So check yourself and understand how you're showing up in this space. Are you an ant or are you a crab? Ants build community. They work together. They can solve huge problems because they're all in it together. How do I help the collective? A crab is, how do I get out of this situation? Oh, somebody's a little bit higher than me. I'm going to jump on their back and keep climbing until I find my way to the top, and everybody falls back down. No one succeeds. So when you go into any situation that's more than you, make sure that you're going in with the mentality of the ant and not the crab. All right, back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Excellent. Excellent. Anybody else on this question? Anybody else? One thing I want to say is I find that a lot of people, they're just thinking of what's in it for me, right? So they message me. I mean, I get those every day, Cassandra. They message me and say, Eric, I can help you do this, and I give you a discount, blah, 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 blah. So what you should do is find out what I'm looking for, what I need, right? Find out what's in it for the other person, not just what's in it for you, right? Don't start with a sales pitch. Never start with a sales pitch. Start with getting to know somebody. Comment on their posts. Tell them how great they are. Tell them what, something you've learned from them, right? They treat people like humans. That's all it is, right? Right. That's very important. That's a mistake they make. And then another mistake is people aren't consistent, right? And I'll tell you real quick. I used to have an event. I used to have a live I did on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. And one Tuesday I was tired and I didn't do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it today. Then the next day I looked online and I'm getting all these messages. Where were you, Eric? Are you all right? We didn't see you. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know people took it so seriously what I was doing, right? And I promised I would never do that again. I apologize to every single one of them. I am so sorry. I'm gonna make sure I get on next time, right? So you got to be consistent. If you can't make it, send out a message and say sorry, can't make it this day. But that's how people trust you when they know you're gonna show up and you show up. Right. All right. So did anybody else put up their hand?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Annie. Go ahead.
I think we can overcomplicate this. But I think what we're trying to say is just be a good friend, right? Just be a good friend, whatever that means to someone. What it means to me is different to what it means to Eric, what it means to Amberly. And I'm saying get to know people. The mistake people make is that they don't really want to know anyone. They think they're in a hurry. They couldn't care less really deep down. So if we don't care, people know we don't care. If all we're trying to do is sell to them, they know. So genuinely, Zion mentioned it beautifully. The word is attitude. If you have a caring attitude, they will know. If you're uncaring, they will know too. Don't be uncaring. Be genuine. And when we say genuine, we mean just do what you would do in normal life. It pays off in the end. I promise you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
No more hands up. Okay.
Mr. Eric, can I go for it?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you for interrupting me, Zion. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so much. I think one common mistake people make in building relationship online is they do not know how to draw the line between friendship and intimate relationship. And this is affecting most people. And you can see some persons connecting with you by just talking in 10 minutes, they're asking you, are you married? Asking questions like that. And I'm like, what? So it happens. So if you want to build your online relationship, learn to draw a line. Don't try to be too intimate with persons because most people are not here for business. They are here to look for intimate relationships. So draw a line between building your community and having friends and then being intimate with people. Thank you. That's my take on it.
Thank you, Zion. Thank you, Zion. I think it's your sexy voice. That's why you get all these ladies. I don't get how people asking me like that. How do you do it? I'm joking. People don't ask me out online like they do with you, Zion. So anyway, but we'll keep moving. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know, we have fun here, folks. We have fun here. All right. So our last question, and when you answer this question, please let us know how people can find you. Okay, online. People can find you online. All right. So, question by Latoya. I wonder, what is the best platform to keep your community online? So, anybody want to share your platforms you use and why? Go ahead. Oh, we already know what Eddie's gonna say. Eddie, go ahead.
I mean, if it's not LinkedIn, where do you want to be, right? Now, LinkedIn, look, LinkedIn has a special benefit that other platforms don't have. You know, so the reason I love LinkedIn is because it is the only place with professionals, you know, to avoid many of the things I just mentioned. You don't get harassed by weirdos, right? You know, it's a professional space. And also, you know, you know who is in your event, you know who is in your network. And other platforms, I can't be sure it's on my Facebook, you know, or my X, that's what it's called, right? You don't know who they are really because they're behind some sort of name. Whereas on LinkedIn, you must be your real name, your real photo, you know, who you really are. That's the reason I spend time on LinkedIn. And of course, now we also know we have the events on LinkedIn. So we're a lot more engaged than other platforms.
Awesome.
Someone tell me otherwise. I happily listen.
Awesome. Now, this is not a war of platforms, folks. Okay. People are successful on different platforms. You know, some people, they're only on Facebook and they have a huge community and they make a lot of money and they help a lot of people, right? So, you know, everybody has a preference, right? Anybody else want to share? Go ahead. And let us know how we can reach you because we're rounding down now. Go ahead.
I'd say the best platform is the one that you use. Right, wherever resonates with you, then show up there. I happen to love LinkedIn. I think all of us are on this panel love LinkedIn, but if that's not your jam, then, you know, find the one that resonates with you. And in closing, I would say this: it's no longer about who you know, but it's about who knows you. And when you show up and you're consistent and you speak out and you give your message, people are just going to find you. I can only know probably a finite amount of people, but it's about the other people who know me and see us showing up. So with that, my best platform is LinkedIn, and go ahead and reach out and get my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth. And I'm looking forward to talking to you soon, and hand that back to you, Mr. Eric F. King of Collaboration.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Leah. Amberly, go ahead.
So I think I said this within my message, but I think any platform that works well for you is where you should be. I'm on all the platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, keep on sharing, Instagram, TikTok. But I think probably my two favorites are going to be LinkedIn and keep on sharing. Those communities are, they're beautiful communities. They're more like-minded people like me, and it feels good for me. So, you know, be where you feel good. And you guys can reach me on all those socials. Again, I have my event coming up on July 13th. I wasn't able to put it in the comments. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm going to put it up on Keep On Sharing and on LinkedIn. So if you have any questions about that, reach out to me. I would love to connect with you and see how I can better serve and bless you. So everybody have a great week.
Thank you, Amberly. I appreciate it. Cassandra.
Thanks, Eric. Like Amberly, I'm on all the socials. LinkedIn is my most active community. I agree with Annie. I love the fact that it's professionals, and I love the fact that we can do the lives and different types of events that are not as easy in some of the platforms. But I do use Facebook for my private group. I like that I can get a small group of people together, share content with them that's exclusive to that particular group that I know wants to hear from me and what it is that I have to share. You can reach me on all the socials. Like Amberly, I have an event coming up in a couple of weeks, our next vision board party. So you can go to findyourvision.today and you can join. We'll do a goal setting workshop and then go into the actual creative part of creating the vision board specifically for you and your dreams. Back to you, Eric.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to share real quick for me, if you want to grab my free ebook on sales, you want to be more persuasive, you want to have more influence, then go to compassionatecloser.com. Click on that. You'll be able to download it absolutely free. And if you want to be a part of my studio events, I put on these events for people to come and speak on my stage. I have one coming up. So if you speak about a topic that has to do with business, helping people in business, I have a business mastery event coming up. So just send me a message. Go to studiospeaking.com, studiospeaking.com. Click on that. You can see some of my other speakers in the past, and you can book a call. All right. Okay. Zion or Annie? Who would like to go? Zion, do you want to speak? Hello? Are you there?
I've been already, so Zion.
Go ahead.
I've been already, so I can
you
go again if you
already?
want.
Okay. Zion, are you on? You're muted. Okay, no problem. All right, so well, go for Zion. Just go to LinkedIn. Go to LinkedIn. He's big time on LinkedIn, right? Zion, he's easy to find. That's his name right there. Let me just. Yeah. And to answer your question, Latoya, I love LinkedIn. As you can see, a lot of my family, I call my online family, I found on LinkedIn. It's my favorite. I'm on all the socials. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook because they shut me down 2 times, so I'm mad at them. Well, I have a grudge. So I'm just being honest, right? I'm being honest. If you're going to shut me down 2 times, I'm not going to hang out there anymore. It's like you kick me out of your house twice. I'm not coming back. Right. So I repurpose my information. So I take my information from LinkedIn and I just put it everywhere else. But most of my community is on LinkedIn. All right. So I think that's it. Anybody else? Okay. Everybody has spoken. All right. So we appreciate everybody. We are at 8 o'clock and we'd like to end on time so people can go to where they need to go for the day. We appreciate you being here. We hope to see you next week, same time, same place. Make sure you share this. Okay, we have maybe 100 people on, but we want to have thousands that see this. All right. We appreciate all the people that just joined us. Ebby, Cecilia, all the people that just joined us. We appreciate you. My name is Eric F. King, and it has been a plum-pleasing pleasure to be with you this morning. Make it a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.